Guys, it has happened again. It has happened again. Now recall that just last week when we put out the news that the Defense Intelligence Agency had picked up Thrêâts Wil. Sahara reporters did not say it was just Thrêâts Wil. Sahara reporters said the alleged coup was traceable to former Buhari's aides, where a lot of people were calling their names, which I don't want to do now. You see, most of the times when I like to put out my analysis, I don't just like putting it out straight. I like to connect the dots. And behold, yours truly, the dots are beginning to connect. After that video went viral, another voice note has leaked, as put out by People's Gazette, where it was alleged that a man by name Ali Pantani, who happens to be Buhari's Minister of Communication and Digital Economy between 2019 and 2023, was speaking on the phone. And this is happening after the Trump's threat to invade Nigeria. He was speaking on the phone with a high-profile government personality, telling him that they should make him a commander in the northeastern Nigeria to go ahead and escalate the alleged genocide attack that is actually an insult to Sharia law. Take a look at it for yourself. Don't take my word for it.
malaman mu wallahi dole su dubi akan wannan al'amari. Kwamiti da ake ba zai mana maganin abin ba, a kawo taimako an ba wa 'yan gudun hijira miliyan 5-10, wannan kaskanci ne. Mu haɗu a garin mana, a shiga mota inda kafa ne, daga nan zuwa lantan wallahi za mu je da kafa. Menene abin da muke yi ne? In ba za su yi ba, malaman da ke karantar da mu ba ma so mu ketare iyakar su ne. Muna respecting din su ne, muna jiran su ne. In ba su da lokaci wallahi tallahi na amince zan zama komanda. Wallahi tallahi a bada iko. Wallahi zan jagoranci tafiyar. Wallahi zan jagoranta a gayyata. Wallahi mu mai da kowa gidansa. Duk musulmin da ke Yamini, duk musulmin da ke Yalwan Shandam, duk musulmin da ke Garkawa, na yi alkawarin zan wuce gaba. Kowa ya koma gidansa ya shiga. Kowa ya koma gidansa ya shiga. Wallahi na yi alkawarin zan wuce gaba. Na yi alkawarin a kashe ni akan addinin Allah, na amince. Na amince a nan ma a kashe ni akan addinin Allah, na amince. Na amince. Me muke yi ne a rayuwa? Wannan kaskanci da muke cikin me za mu je mu ga Allah gobe kiyama a kayansa. Mutane ana ta koro su na ajiye su. Sahabbai ba haka suka rayu ba. Malaman sunna ku ne malamanmu, ku ne iyayenmu, ku ne jagororinmu. Ba ma so mu ketare iyakar ku, ba ma so mu ketare abin da kuke gaya mana. Kaskancin da muke rayuwa ya ishe mu a rayuwa, ya ishe mu a cikin rayuwar da muke. Ba a mana magana ba, aka rusa masallaci a Numan, musulmai suna kuka, makiyin Allah ya ce a rusa, babu wanda ya magana. Mutane sun zo sallar juma'a ana sa wani masallaci gire da a kasar da garin Numan. Me za mu je mu gaya wa Allah? Ta sallah kada Allah yake bukatar mu da shi, azumi kada Allah yake bukatar mu da shi, azumi kada Allah yake bukata mu ya wata Ramadan. Kika ba za mu mutu bane jama'a.
Nigeria bribes every ambassador that comes to Nigeria. They give you loads of money, so you will never report what is happening in Nigeria. You don't know that. Your diplomats presiding over the slaughter of the innocent. You cannot speak the truth. We are in the middle of a war. The Fulanis have levied war on every indigenous population, ethnic group in Nigeria. All of you can see it. And that is why people are dying in Nigeria. Nigeria is the only place in turmoil, not making it onto the front pages of newspapers all over the world. Nobody talks about it because they are all compromised. They've been bribed.
I want to talk about Nigeria, so-called ex-Nigeria. Please use this term ex-Nigeria. And please, Nigeria is the Yugoslavia of Africa. Please, it is absolutely vital to study the role model of former Yugoslavia, of ex-Yugoslavia. It was also a powerful state in its time. For 40 years it was a prison of nations. It was horror and terror, striking terror in the Austrians and in the neighbors' minds and hearts. And everybody was afraid, internal, external, of Yugoslavia. And by the way, have you heard about it recently? No, it fell apart. It's no more. It's over and out. And there are 7 new states out of this terrible horror prison of nations. The ex-Yugoslavia, the ex-Nigeria. Here's the parallel. Also, when there will be more states developing out of ex-Nigeria, like Biafra Republic, similar to Kosovo, it will be wonderful to have it, and you will be living much better. And this I can only recommend you to follow that role model. NATO-led intervention, support measures, independence referendum, Fellinger economics, Fellinger doctrine. This is the way, and it is already done in Kosovo. You can do it as well. It works very well. The American support is, of course, essential, and you have it with Ted Cruz and the president yesterday's message. And then, of course, the Declaration of Independence you did already. Now it must be internationally recognized and then, of course, established. Yeah? If you have to fight for, like the Croatians, that will be necessary. If you have to fight for, like in Kosovo, it was peaceful. It was peaceful. And that was maybe the moment to have the Ibrahim Rugova for Biafra and then to follow in that direction and to resist against the Nigerian state institutions and always to use the role model of ex-Yugoslavia and breakup, because it has led to the prosperity of the new countries which are now in NATO and in the EU. Slovenia, Croatia, extremely successful countries. Less successful maybe Bosnia and Kosovo, but rising very fast because they were extremely poor. And now they are really decent countries. I know them very well. I worked and lived in many of them. And this is the role model for ex-Nigeria. It will be much better. Because why? You have a state which you like, you share the responsibilities, it will defend you, and you can live in and invest in prosperity, and there will be no harm done to anybody in Biafra, and that will be much better, of course. Then you want to invest, you have the diaspora investment, you do all the mechanisms which we have done in Eastern Europe so successfully in ex-Yugoslavia. We know exactly how to do it. Come and study how it was in Kosovo, Montenegro, Macedonia, and of course in Serbia. That will be the rump state of mini Nigeria, and there will be it will be a substantial state. It will be absolutely viable, and so will be Biafra. So please have no fear. It was all done before. Study the role model of ex-Yugoslavia for ex-Nigeria and work for freedom. And study what was done in Kosovo by advisors like me, and it was very successful. And it can be the same for Biafra. The time is now, freedom will come, ex-Nigeria is coming. Please recognize the Biafra Republic. Thanks a lot from Vienna. Bye.